Hi there, I'm Terry, and welcome to the Westgate Vacation Villas report. Basically, I made a recording not too long ago, well, a couple months ago, and apparently because I was trying not to wake up my wife, I mumbled a little bit too quietly and none of you can hear me. So I'm now saying this a heck of a lot more loudly, and I hope this will help save you. More importantly, what I'm going to tell you right now will probably save you a heck of a lot of money, because basically this is that if you're already caught up into it, or if you're about to get caught up into it, what happened to me and what I've read since then on the net, in the boards, the complaints board, or ripoff reports, or some of the travel sites, do your research, due diligence on Google, go complaints, vacation villas, Westgate vacation villas, or just Westgate. You'll get reports like crazy. And I'm not joking. Westgate sounds like a friendly organization. They own resorts all over the place, but they are primarily a timeshare company filled with lots and lots of little peons or salespeople who will give you the hard sell, who are trying to tug your heartstrings. Don't let them. They're going to offer you all kinds of little trinkets, money, tickets, God knows what. There is a kind of a nasty way of getting it because they may not give it to you, but I'll explain how to do it. More importantly, if you haven't been caught up with it, and say, I don't know, you're just recently handicapped, you've been in injury, you're unemployed, whatever, they don't give a flying, well, you know what I mean. They want that money, and that money alone, in maintenance fees alone, could be extremely profitable for them. So let's get to the beginning. About was it January, February? February. Yeah, in February of 2011, my wife and I went to Orlando, and well, for the sole purpose really of just enjoying Universal Studios, then also visiting friends and so on. But Universal Studios, in one of them, next to the Simpsons, just to warn them where the damn thing is, hun. Near the Simpsons thing. On the other one, I can't remember what ride it was, but at least just to let you know how to avoid it, and especially if you see it. There was a booth offering free tickets for the Blue Man Group. Now, first time around, I kind of talked to this guy and told him, sorry, but I don't have enough time. I'm not seeing the Blue Man Group. So they offered me money instead, about $100. So $100, I thought the offer was for a 90-minute presentation for $100. Sounded good. Now, I've been through timeshare stuff before in Canada, so I thought, how different could it be? So I get something out of it. If it's interesting, who knows? I might even buy. So I scheduled myself accordingly for 3 hours, and I was on a 2-day pass to Universal. Now, Universal Studios, the two parks takes a lot of time, so I was pretty adamant about the 3 hours because I wanted to see everything, of course, and ride everything. Now, this is what happened. The following morning, went there, got invited by a manager, and who sent us to this buffet breakfast, which was a little bit better than a cafeteria, but it did have an all-you-can-drink soda fountain, which rocked. Um, this manager guy, a bald black guy, and a wife who's a pharmacist. Now, the reason why I'm mentioning that is because one of you who's listening to this sooner or later might encounter him. He's going to show you wedding photos. He's going to show you his licenses. He's going to show life as how wonderful it is to be a seller for Westgate. He's going to explain about Westgate. He's going to explain how it was a far-seeing person who bought all this land, who was independent, and so on. He is trying to tug at your heartstrings and try and make you see him as a person. This is one of the best ways for a salesperson to ever get into your skin. So right after that, he showed us this brand new condo. Quite nice. Looks pretty good. And he had this special attachment for a second room, for guests, and all kinds of things, free parking, so on. Hey, seemed like a good deal. And they had some cookies, and the cookies were pretty good. Then He drove around to show us some of the new things, such as the pools, the amenities, that type of thing. You know, that there was a free barbecue dinner every Wednesday or something like that. Okay. So my wife and I were sold, and we decided to go for something for a unit about a one-bedroom unit every 2 years for 1 full week. Now remember that exactly. Now you're supposed to, and you're going to go for pay about a certain amount of money, and there's maintenance fees every month, but your maintenance fees supposedly will never go up. Okay, I was able to live with that. So 2.5 hours in, very close to the 3 hour limit, I told him, look, I'm on vacation. I flew all the way down here. I don't have much time. Get me the papers. I'll sign. I'm gone. What happened afterwards was 2.5 hours of hell. For the first hour, they just kept us sitting around, waiting in some room where there was some snacks and so on. And if anyone from Westgate is listening to this, chill the freaking drinks. Next, after that hour, they sent us to a room with a notary. Remember, the notaries there, they claim to be independent with the state of Florida. But remember, they're working on site on the Westgate areas. So how independent can they be, really? Now, what's going on? They sent us the first set of papers. There was a couple of mistakes. Had I not read and sat down and read those papers, I would have been screwed. So I told them, fix them. How hard can it be to fix? About 20 minutes, half an hour later, a second set of papers came, and it was still incorrect. Another half hour went by. Now we're at something like 4 hours. 1 hour over my time, and I was getting pretty pissed. Nothing. And then the papers came in, and again, wrong terms. So either, how do you screw this up 3 times unless you're deliberately trying to sneak past something on me? Right there, massive warning flags come up, plus the fact it was already an hour over, and it's just got to be just really frustrating. Finally, hour 5 came by, and I promised myself that by hour 5, come what may, deal or not, I was going to leave. Hour 5 came. Nothing, the papers still weren't ready. We started to leave. The guy then suddenly appeared with these brand new papers out of the blue. And my guess is that they're trying to exhaust you so you'll miss these little terms, but that's for another time. Now, what's going on? I took the papers, I started to tear them, and then when I told them, screw you all, I left. By the way, they kept my credit card. I had to cancel it. So I left, and that was it. Oh, forgot one thing. I did get the $100, but only after I did agree to buy it. Now, from what I've read on the net, very often, if it looks like you're not serious about it, they may not give it to you. And even our seller told me that if you don't look serious, that they won't give you your stuff, your swag, whether it be tickets or money or whatever. So, if you want that stuff, pretend to agree, demand to see the papers right away, get the stuff, and the minute you get the stuff, before they sell the papers, before they set the notary, run for the hills. Okay. So, what did I learn? I learned right there that their promises ain't worth crap. Remember, I said 3 hours, they said 5. On the net, again, people have been stuck there for as much as 8 hours or more. Number 2, they said that the maintenance fees will stay at the rate that you started out of. No, go on the net. You'll see reports of people going up as paying from $200 to as much as $600 a month. Now, I'm pretty sure about you, but $7,200 a year for maintenance fees for a property you don't even use or use only once a week is insane. Way cheaper to get a hotel. Next lie. Internet. Internet. I asked a couple times. He said, "Oh yes, there's internet everywhere." Apparently, not very good internet. The coverage sucks, and it's $10 a day. Outside of that, I was glad I was out, but you could get caught also. So here's what I'm suggesting. Don't go to it in the first place. Unless you really want to get that swag. If you're going to get that swag, again, I repeat, pretend you want to buy, get the stuff, then run. Because once you run, and once you got the stuff, and you haven't signed any papers, there's nothing you can do. There's nothing they can do. That's number one. Number two, make sure that just read the papers. They tried to pull something on me and my wife 3 times. If I didn't read those papers, I would have been screwed right there and then. Okay, now that's for everyone who had not signed up. What if you already signed up? This is what I've read on the net, and you can find this again. Again, do your due diligence on Google, go through the boards. If you've already paid, there is a 10-day buyer's remorse clause in Florida that you can get out of. You're going to have to jump through hoops. But once that's done, you can get out of it, and they have to return all the money and everything else to you. That's first thing. Now, as for what about those who have been using it or kind of using it? Well, first things first is that they don't necessarily actually give you what you paid for. Read the reports again, you'll see. Number two is that those monthly fees that will go up, don't pay them. I'm not a lawyer, so you might want to confirm this on the boards to read for yourself, but don't pay them. They have no recourse. They will send their own personal collection agencies against you. They will send deals after you. Don't answer them or even speak to them for 12 months. At that 1-year point, they have no choice but to reclaim the property because it's theirs again. Yes, you've lost the amount you paid, but at least you're not going to be fleeced every year of a couple grand more. So, that's pretty much it. I hope I saved you some money, and, well, down with Westgate. Oh, by the way, they were cited by the federal government for false practices about 2 to 3 years ago. You can actually look this up on the net. And the complaints are just rising and just going up and up and up and up. Just be careful. Take care and God bless. And how do I shut this out?